What's up, ladies and gentlemen? It's your boy Jay back again with another stream. Today is August 1st, 2023. We started a new month. We are preparing for preseason football in 2 days. I will be streaming the game. Make sure you guys smash that thumbs up, and of course, subscribe to the channel. We got a lot to cover tonight. I know you guys have been like, Jay, what happened the last couple days? What have you been doing? Well, listen, life happens. You got to take care of business. You got to take care of home. You got to push through certain things. And, certain things takes precedence. Life is difficult, but the job is to find the way to make it undifficult. And that is what I have been doing. The title of this stream is called Greatness. We are on the precipice. You like that word? Who knows how to spell it? We're on the precipice of the NFL season getting started, primarily the preseason right now. I titled this Greatness for a couple of reasons. It's very important to realize that if you are seeking something, if you are looking to not only be great, if you are looking to achieve anything, whether it be a career, whether it be something that's out of the realm of just, the basic everyday, I realize that you got to fight for it. You got to fight to be great. You got to fight to turn on this camera sometimes. Sometimes you got to fight to get up and do your job. It's just the reality of it. Certain days are harder than others, but as long as you stay consistent, you stay on your grind, you will achieve greatness. Fight for it every day. Shout out to Tech713 coming through with the early super chat for the $4.99. Much love. Thank you for the support, my friend. Thank you for the donation. Quick shout out to the Wrench Gang. Shout out to the family, all the listeners, all the watchers. What's going on with you guys? Ronald in the building. What's up, Ronald? Shout out to you, man. Let's go. Big Ron in the house. Tennessee Tactical in the house. Marble Sky. What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Y'all all popping in tonight. Let's go. Mike Yoder, Shantae, Clarence. What's up, man? Bob Evans in the house. Let's go. Let's go. Shout out to Sirius says, I'll spell it for a gifted family membership. What's the word again? The precipice, my friend. Bob says Hoodie J in the house. Yes, Hoodie J is in the house tonight. Y'all know Hoodie J get rowdy. It's been a rowdy day, so I had to throw the hoodie on. What's up, Haji? What's going on with you, man? Says, what do you think of Jets versus Commanders? We'll get into that one a little bit. We'll get into that. So yeah, like I said, this is gonna be titled Greatness. We've got a few teams to cover today. We have your Tennessee Titans, the Houston Texans, San Francisco 49ers, and the Minnesota Vikings. So, yeah, we got a lot to cover. Sirius says, just joking. Yo, you could have went to Google and just spelled it, yo. Or if you didn't know how to spell it, you could have went to Google. But, yo, so we got those 4 teams to cover. A lot of good stuff to talk about. We already did the Commanders stream. You guys are late. You already know I did that one. Shout out to you, Sheila. Says, I like Hoodie J. You know I get rowdy. Shout out to my man Ron coming through with the $5 donation. Thank you, my friend. Thank you for the support. Yeah, so Hoodie J had to come out today. You guys know how we do. Get into the sports, get into all of it. But you know what? The best thing about you guys is I look forward to sharing these streams with you and obviously having a good time and enjoying the game of football. So before we get started, obviously Thursday is our first preseason game. Jets-Browns, 8 o'clock. I will be streaming it. It's going to be a fun time. It's going to be the Hall of Fame game. It's preseason, but you guys know we got to get some football in the house. So this will be the first game. We'll get into it, and it'll be exciting. So make sure that you be here for that on Thursday, 8 p.m. I will be expecting to see all of you, considering how much you guys have been going crazy without football. So, all right, let's go ahead and get into these Texans. Texans. Let's go ahead and start with the depth chart, actually. All right, so last year we know the issue with Davis Mills and the problems that he was having as far as at quarterback and just the issues with the Texans as, a franchise in its entirety. They did actually end up winning a few games that were very surprising. They showed promise, and I really think, obviously, with this pickup of C.J. Stroud, Davis moving to the second, it's going to be one of those situations to where they're putting their faith in another new quarterback, and we'll have to see. But they've also got, of course, Dameon Pierce coming in. My man Devin Singletary, who is gone from Bills Mafia. It's so weird to even say that. Devin Singletary at the second. Nico Collins, Noah Brown, as far as your wide receivers for starting and second. Robert Woods and Tank Dell, then John Michie the third, and then Xavier Hutchinson. As far as your tight end, Dalton Schultz. Where's Dalton coming from? I'm drawing a blank, guys. Somebody help me. Where's Dalton coming from? I feel like Dalton was with the Cowboys. Right? I think Dalton was with the Cowboys. If I'm wrong, I'm going to be mad at myself. Someone tell me if I'm right. Or I got to Google it. Which one? Dalton's coming from the Cowboys. Having a brain fart. Yes, I was right. There we go. See, I know what I'm talking about. Dalton Schultz coming over from the Cowboys, followed up with Tegan Quantoriano, Brevin Jordan. He's at the third. Wow. And then Eric Tomlinson. Your fullback is going to be Andrew Beck. Left tackle is going to be Laramie Tunzel. Left guard, Kenyon Green. Centers, Juice Scruggs. What a name that is. Juice. Right guard, Shaq Mason. Right tackle, Titus Howard. As far as your defense, we've got Will Anderson Jr., Malik Collins, Sheldon Rankins, Jerry Hughes. Yeah, Jerry Hughes. Christian Harris, Christian Kirksey, Denzel Perryman, Shaquille Griffin, shout out to Shaquille, Jimmy Ward, Jalen Petrie, Derek Stingley Jr. And then as far as your special teams, you have Kaimi Fairbairn, Cameron Johnston, Desmond King. Is that Derry? Yeah, Derry Ogun Bowali, and John Weeks is your long snapper. Shout out to Sirius, says, Scrug your juice. What? What is going on? All right, let's get into the schedule for these Texans. Texans. Get into the schedule. All right, here we go. Preseason's going to start Thursday the 10th, so this will be next Thursday. They'll be going against the New England Patriots. I think this will be a game that will stream. I'll keep you guys updated. Saturday, it's going to be 8/19, 4 p.m. against the Dolphins. And then they'll be playing the Saints at 8 p.m. on Sunday, 8/27. That'll wrap up the preseason. Now, getting into the regular season, they've got some work cut out for them. Obviously, week 1, they're going against the Baltimore Ravens. Week 2, the Colts. Week 3, Jacksonville Jaguars. Week 4, Steelers. Week 5, the Falcons. Week 6, the Saints get into a bye week. Week 7, Week 8 is going to be against the Panthers. Week 9, Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Week 10, the Bengals. Week 11, the Cardinals. Then the Jaguars again. Broncos, Jets, Titans, Browns, and then Titans and the Colts. So they have an interesting schedule, to say the least. But starting off against the Ravens, I'm going to go ahead and take the Ravens on this one. I told you guys for the last 3 months I really didn't have much faith, even with the pickup of C.J. Stroud and the Texans. Not saying they're not going to win anything, but I just don't see them winning these big games against teams that are proven and tried. Obviously, things may change, though. Let's keep it going. I'm going to give the Texans the Colts. I think they're going to lose against the Jaguars. I think they're going to lose against the Steelers. The Falcons, this is going to be a 50-50 game. The Saints defense, it's really hard to stop that defense, and I think Derek Carr is out for blood this year, so I'm going to have to take the Saints. We'll get into a bye week, week 7. I'm going to give them the Panthers. Like I said, I'm not a believer in Bryce Young. This is another 50-50 game for me, but I'm going to give the edge to the Texans. Tampa Bay, Baker Mayfield and company. I'm just not feeling Baker. I'm really not, but I feel like I have to give the edge to the Buccaneers just because. The Cincinnati Bengals, I'm going to give it to the Bengals there. Cardinals, I'll give the Texans this one. Jaguars, we're going to give the Jags again. The Broncos, really interesting right now. All that talk from Sean Payton that he retracted. So I don't know. But no, I'll give Denver that one. I think they're going to lose to the Jets. Titans is going to be another 50-50 for me. Browns, another one. And then they'll rematch the Titans again. This is really tough. It's really tough. I would be very surprised if they do have a winning record, considering it's going to be a challenge against the Ravens, the Jaguars, the Steelers, Saints, Bengals, Jags again, Jets, Tennessee Titans, and the Browns. It's going to be very hard. Very hard. Shout out to AWOL. What up, man? What's going on with you? Said salute, and Chad Houday. What up, man? What's going on with you, bro? Forest Green, they may not get a win until week 11. That's what I'm saying, yo. It's really tough. Like I said, I think it's going to be a losing season. That's what I'm looking at here, without a doubt. They may sneak a couple because we don't know what's going to happen as the weeks go by. So obviously we'll address it. They may sneak a couple, but for right now, it's not looking good, and I definitely have them with a losing season. Shout out to Sirius says, please, no Baker spoken here. we can't speak about Baker, yo. Tadigo says, I'm Aaron Rodgers and you keep my coach's name out of your mouth. Yo, he was mad. It's kind of funny to hear Aaron Rodgers coming because it's like that was like a coach to coach thing, right? So to have like Aaron Rodgers come out and speak against the coach, it's kind of interesting. Now, obviously, if they lose, y'all know I'm cooking Aaron Rodgers and Robert Salah. That's going to be a crazy video if the Broncos beat the Jets. I promise you it's going to be absolutely crazy. But yeah, I mean, that's the schedule. That's what we got for these Texans. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. You guys know. We'll address this as the weeks go by. Where we at now? All right, next up. Tennessee Titans. Let me get into this depth chart. Tennessee Titans. My man Tennessee Tactical in the building. He was ready for this one. He was like, I got to show up for Jay to talk about these Titans. All right. Depth chart. Quarterback starting Mr. Ryan Tannehill. Looks like they're going to start Tannehill over Malik Willis. And then there's Will Levis on the third. Your running back, Derrick Henry. Still balling out. Still trying to make something happen. Tajay Spears is next. Hassan Haskins is on the third. Julius Chestnut's on the fourth. DeAndre Hopkins, man of the hour, securing the bag. Moving on to the Titans, trying to shake something over there. Then, of course, Kyle Phillips, Colton Dowell, and then Jacob Copeland, followed by Treylon Burks. Someone had commented on I think, the stream that I did a while back and said something on the lines of like Treylon Burks is going to have like so many yards over DeAndre Hopkins. I don't really think so, but all right. That's fine. Next after that's going to be Nick Westbrook-Ikine. For your tight end is Chigoziem Okonkwo. Left tackle is going to be Andre Dillard. Left guard, Peter Skronsky. Center's Aaron Brewer. Right guard's Jordan Ruse. Right tackle, Nicholas Pettit-Freer, who's suspended. Anybody know why? I mean, I could look it up, but I just don't know why. Why is he suspended? Let's check it out. Why is the man suspended? Nicholas Pettit-Freer suspended 6 games for gambling. That's right. Yeah. Don't gamble if you play in the NFL, folks, because you will get suspended. Yeah. If they find out. It's crazy. Getting into your defense, Jeffrey Simmons, Tierra Tart, Danico Autry, Harold Landry III, Monty Rice, Aziz Al-Shair, Arden Key, Roger McCreary, Amani Hooker, Kevin Baird, Christian Fulton, and then as far as your special teams, Caleb Shudak Ryan Stonehouse, Kyle Phillips, kick returner Julius Chestnut, and then Morgan Cox for your long snapper. Shout out to the Tacticals to Jay. They're acting like Burks is going to elevate this year. I mean, I think that DeAndre Hopkins is going to make him elevate, right? But I don't think he's going to get more yards than Hopkins. That just wouldn't make sense, because why would you pay all that money to Hopkins if he wasn't going to be the man, right? He's the one that's going to catch that deep ball and probably get most of the wide receiver touchdowns. So I just don't see how Treylon Burks is going to be able to compete with that. But hey, we shall see. Forrest says a defense full of never was beens. He didn't even say has beens. He was like never was beens. Tactical might want to fight you over that one, man. Mike says he's doing the same as Brady and Mahomes. What's that? What is that? Are you saying he's going to win? I know you're talking about Rodgers. Let's go ahead and get into this schedule, yo. I'm skipping through right now. Let's get into this schedule. As far as your preseason Titans schedule, we've got 8-12, which is on a Saturday. They're going to go against those Chicago Bears. That'll be a 1 p.m. game. Next after that's going to be against the Minnesota Vikings, 8-19 at 8 p.m. And then Friday, 8:25 against the New England Patriots at 8:15 p.m. They'll wrap up preseason and then get into the regular season against the New Orleans Saints, Los Angeles Chargers, Cleveland Browns, Cincinnati Bengals, Indianapolis Colts, Baltimore Ravens. This will be an international game, so we'll be up at 9:30 a.m. for that one. I love you guys, and I love football, but being up there early, it's tough. It's tough. But we always have a good time, so it doesn't matter. Keep it going. Week 7 is going to be a bye week. Week 8 is going to be against your Atlanta Falcons. Week 9 is going to be against the Pittsburgh Steelers. Week 10, your Buccaneers. Week 11, Jaguars. Week 12, Panthers. Week 13, Colts. Miami after that. Houston Texans after that. Seattle Seahawks, and then Texans again, and then the Jaguars. Before I get into my predictions, Mike says, giving up money to get a better chance, Jay. Well, that's what happens. That's how it goes. Lamar Jackson going to get 6,000 passing yards. All right. That's a lot of yards. Al says, you get distracted by aliens. Treylon is open. You know what's funny? I've been seeing a lot of Al Shadow lately, and it's really interesting. I'm thinking that he's back because football season is coming, and he missed Jay's voice. That's what it was. He was like, you know what? I missed Jay's voice, so I'm coming back. It's going to be football season. It's been a long time. I missed the hoodie. I missed Jay, so I gotta come back. Shout out to you, Owl. Much love to you, bro. All right. Week 1, Saints. I think this is going to be a great one. You've got a renewed, fresh Titans team coming against a renewed, fresh Saints team. I got to go 50-50 here. The real issue is whether or not Kamara is going to ball versus Henry, and obviously who's going to throw better, Derek Carr versus Ryan Tannehill. So, I'm 50-50 there. Next up is going to be your Chargers, Los Angeles Chargers. I'm going to have to go with Herbert and company. I just feel like they have the better overall team at running. Obviously, you're going to give that to the Titans, but passing-wise, Herbert's going to cook. There's some real defensive issues as far as in that backfield that the Titans are going to have issues with when it comes to those Chargers. Next up is going to be against the Browns. I think this is another 50-50 game for me. Once again, who's going to be the better quarterback, Deshaun Watson or Ryan Tannehill? But I think also at this point, you're going to know whether or not Tannehill is going to be a true starter if he's playing well. And if he's not, then obviously I'm sure they'll go ahead and put in Mr. Malik Willis. But continuing on, I'm going to give the Bengals this one. Next up, the Colts. I'll give the Titans the Colts. Baltimore Ravens, another 50-50 game. Hard to predict. That combination with Lamar and Odell Beckham now definitely is going to be a sight to see. Um, whether or not the Titans can win this one, if they can stop Lamar on the run, and obviously if they can score more points, then that's what's going to be the key factor. So can the defense stop Tannehill, and obviously Baltimore, run the score up. Next up is going to be the bye week. Then week 8, I'm going to go ahead and give them the Falcons. The Steelers, Kenny Pickett and company. This is another tough one. I got to go 50-50 here. I really can't pick. I really can't pick. Obviously, things may be adjusted as we approach week 9 because I'll know who's playing like what. But for right now, it just definitely seems evenly matched on those offenses. Shout out to Najee Harris. Him not making too much of a stink when it comes to the running back situation, right? Week 10 is going to be Tampa Bay Buccaneers. We will not speak the name Baker again. I'm just joking. We're going to be saying his name a lot for some reason, but hey, that's what it is. For this one, I'm going to have to go Titans. I really don't think Baker and company have it. I have no hope for the Buccaneers. It's just my take. Shout out to Duke. What's up, man? My man Duke in the building. Serious Pickett's on fire this year. We'll see. He was very inconsistent last year. I'm hoping that he got it together. I'm hoping that he's got the confidence and, he's really, really not only learned a thing or two, but he's going to be able to apply everything that he learned on the field. So, next up's going to be Jaguars. I'm going to have to go. You know what? Speaking of Jaguars, you guys who know me know I'm from up north. I'm from New York. So when we say Jaguar, it sounds like the word jag and then the word wire. So whenever I say that, I always get picked on. Or like, Jaguar. Like it's supposed to just flow out. It's like water, right? I can't say it. My brain is literally wired to say it that way. I do apologize if I offended you because I'm not saying your team's name right, but I've always said it that way. It just doesn't flow out that way. Plus, to me, it just makes more sense. So, hey, I'm going to keep it going. I'm going to give the Jaguars week 11. Week 12 is going to be the Carolina Panthers. I'm going to have to go Tennessee on this one. Like I said, not a big believer in Bryce Young yet. I'll give them the Colts again. Miami, if Tua is at 100%, I'm going to give Miami this one. Miami is still a threat, even with all these changes with the Jets and Aaron Rodgers making them the New York Packers. I get it. I still think it goes Bills. I'd say it's Bills, Miami, Jets, and then Patriots now in the AFC East. But there you go. Next after that's going to be the Texans. I'll give them the Texans. Seattle Seahawks, I got to roll with Geno. I think Geno has another good year. Texans again, I'll give them the Texans again, and then obviously they'll go back to the Jaguars. All right. So, yeah, for the most part, I mean, the Titans, I feel like the Titans every year has always been in a situation to where, like, they could have a winning season and they could go on to the playoffs. It's just whether or not they're able to come basically get ahead in one or two important games, and they either did or they didn't. So I definitely think they have a good schedule. I think they could have a winning record, and it is possible that they could show up in a wild card, but they have their workout cut out for them in the beginning of the season. These are going to be the most important games for them, week 1 through 5, or week 1 through 6, sorry. Week 1 through 6, and if they can pull off some of these important wins like the Chargers, the Bengals, or the Ravens, then they might have a solid chance. It might have a solid chance. Shout out to Duke, says Miami, Bills, Jets, Pats. I mean, I get it. You're a Dolphins fan, so I get it. I get it. Duke, is Tannehill still in Tennessee? Yes, he is still the starting quarterback. Malik Willis is on the second as of right now. So that will be your Tennessee Titans. All right. What do we got next? Next up. These Vikings. me pull up the depth chart for these Vikings. So the biggest thing that I want to say about the Vikings is I feel like we were all definitely surprised last year. There were a lot of close games. There was a lot of great plays from Kirk Cousins to Thielen to oh my goodness, come on. Why am I drawing a blank today? Come on, get it together, Jay. Thielen, you had Cook out there running, and then Mr. Jefferson. So I definitely think this year the Vikings will, of course, repeat how they played last year. Nothing too much has changed. Obviously, Adam Thielen is gone now, but they have someone in his place. So we'll get into this. Kirk Cousins is obviously your starting quarterback, followed by Nick Mullins and Jaron Hall. Your running back now is Alexander Madison. Dalvin Cook is gone, followed by Ty Chandler, Kene Nwangwu, and Dwayne McBride. Wide receiver, man who had his gloves and sleeves retired, Justin Jefferson, followed by Jalen Reagor, who's coming over from the Eagles, Blake Prohl, and then Thayer Thomas. Next after that, it's going to be Jordan Addison, Brandon Powell, Tristan Jackson, Lucky Jackson, and then for your wide receiver, KJ Osborne, Jalen Naylor, Cephas Johnson III, and then Garrett Megg. Your tight end is TJ Hawkinson, followed by Josh Oliver, Johnny Munt, and Nick Muse. Fullback's going to be C.J. Ham, Christian Darrisaw as your left tackle, Ezra Cleveland, left guard, center, Garrett Bradbury, right guard, Ed Ingram, and then right tackle, Brian O'Neill. As far as your defense, Dean Lowry, Karis Tonga, Harrison Phillips, Daniel Hunter, Brian Asamoah II, Jordan Hicks, Marcus Davenport, Andrew Booth Jr., Harrison Smith, Cameron Bynum, and Byron Murphy. And then as far as for special teams, you have Greg Joseph, Ryan Wright, Brandon Powell, Kene Nwangwu for kick returns, and then Andrew DePaula for your long snapper. So there you go. Sheila says, Henry is a beast. I'll say just the first couple sentences in that, or a couple words in that, Sheila. I wasn't going to say the whole thing now. Shout out to you. That's your opinion. Shout out to Shante. Says, who wins the division, the Lions or the Vikings? Because it will be between those two. Yeah, without a doubt. Man, and that's tough. That's tough. Coming in with the good questions. Shout out to you, Shante. I want to say Vikings, but at the same time, I've been praising Mr. Jared Goff, and I feel like they're going to have a hell of a year. If I had to put all the chips down, though, I'd probably go with the Lions. I think the Lions are going to be the winner of the division this year. Yeah. I got to go with the Lions on that one. So, yeah, let's get into the schedule. All right, so for your Minnesota Vikings preseason, Thursday, 8-10, next Thursday, it's going to be at 10 p.m. against the Seahawks. 8-19 is going to be against the Tennessee Titans at 8 p.m. And then Saturday, 8-26 is going to be against your Arizona Cardinals at 1 p.m. Starting the regular season, week 1. You've got your Buccaneers, followed up by the Eagles, Chargers, Panthers, Kansas City Chiefs, Chicago Bears, San Francisco 49ers, Green Bay Packers, Atlanta Falcons, Saints, Broncos, Bears, Raiders. And then you've got the Bengals, the Lions, Green Bay, and then the Lions again. This is one interesting schedule, to say the least. All right. Vikings, I'm going to give them week 1. Eagles are going to be tough. Did you guys see that post with Jalen Hurts? Someone took a picture of him on his phone, and on the background of his phone, he had a picture of him walking off the field from his Super Bowl loss. That should tell you where this man's mind is at right now. He has The background, his wallpaper on his phone, a picture of him walking off the field after the Super Bowl loss. That man's ready to go. So I'm going to go Eagles here. Chargers and Vikings, 50-50. I think it's going to be a good game. If I were to give the edge to somebody, it'd probably have to be the Chargers on this one. Next is going to be the Panthers. I'm going to go and give the Vikings against the Panthers. Next is going to be the Chiefs. I got to go with the Super Bowl champs. Next is going to be against the Bears. As much as I love Justin Fields and company, and they've made some good changes, I'm going to have to go with the Vikings on this one. I just think they have the more all-around better team. Next is going to be against the 49ers. Mr. Brock Purdy is starting. Will we see a repeat of Brock Purdy last year before the injury? I'm thinking so. I really am. I'm going to go 49ers. Next after that's going to be against the Packers. I'm going to have to go Vikings here. I'm not sure of Jordan Love yet. Against a great team. Next is going to be the Falcons. I'm going to give the Vikings this one. The Saints and the Vikings, another 50-50 game. I'm going to give the edge to the Vikings on this one. Broncos, I'm going to give the Vikings this. The rematch, which is going to be a Monday night game on November 27th. I'm going to have to go Vikings on a Monday night. And followed up with the bye week. After that, it's going to be against the Raiders, Jimmy Garoppolo and company. Yeah, I think this should be a clear-cut victory for the Vikings. Bengals again. I'm going to have to go Bengals there. I'm going Lions on Christmas Eve. 12:31, Green Bay. I got them taking Green Bay. And then the rematch for the Lions. So, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So, yeah, I think the Vikings will make the postseason. Shout out to Dave. Says Hall of Fame game is Thursday. Yeah, man. I'm going to be streaming it, and we're going to have a good time. It's going to be fun, and I'll be excited to see you guys here for it. Gavin says, oh, God. Serious Biz, not convinced Love is ready. No, not at all. Not at all. You know, it's different when, it's late in the season and your star quarterback gets hurt and then you got to come out on the field and, play backup. Opposed to starting the season, fresh team, players are gone that were important to the Packers. I definitely see them having a lot of trouble going into next season. So, yeah, I've got those Vikings making it to the playoffs. Shout out to Duke, says Jay Kincaid looking good in camp so far. Listen, there's going to be a lot of I think Kincaid's definitely going to see a lot of time out there. And if he can catch that ball just like Knox can, which for the most part he's been doing very good, I definitely think he's going to be great as the season progresses. Shout out to Tactical, says Jay, if you weren't so dope, I would unsubscribe. Listen, it's all love. You know me. I try to keep it 100. Listen, tell you what, I will take full accountability for those Titans if they beat these Vikings. All right? I really will. I really will. Especially when it comes to preseason. I'll give you a shout out too. Bob says Jets have no shot at playoffs. Gavin, college football, yeah, man. Yeah, we do college football when college is going heavy in season. We do college. Sheila says, I'm anxious to see what the Jets do. Me too. Listen, I want it to be a great year. Listen, I don't want any games to be like super easy. I really don't, because that takes the fun out of it when you have a team that's up by like 40 points and like the game's like 40-7. Nah, I want to see like 31-32 and 17-14. Like those are the kind of games you want to see. Hard, defensive battles and big plays, things like that. But I don't want to see anybody really get blown out. And I think with some of these schedules, they've really, really made it interesting as far as the matchups, and it'll be interesting to see how the season progresses. So that is for your Minnesota Vikings. Next up, the San Francisco 49ers. Who knows that song? If you could put the artist and the song name, well, you know the song name, but the artist in the comments, I'll give you a shout out. Put the artist in the comments of that song. All right. San Francisco 49ers depth chart. Mr. Brock Purdy is your starting quarterback, followed by Sam Darnold on the second. And get this, Trey Lance is on the third. He is third string. Nobody expected that. Followed by Brandon Allen. As far as your running back, Mr. Christian McCaffrey, who came over and made a huge difference to this team, followed by Elijah Mitchell, Jordan Mason, and Tyrion Davis-Price. Wide receiver, Mr. Debo Samuel. That man could take a hit. Followed by Ray McLeod III, Ronnie Bell, Daz Newsome. Brandon Ayuk, still the man over there. Danny Gray, Willie Snead. Haven't heard that name in a long time. Followed by Isaiah Winstead. Juan Jennings is going to be WR3, followed by Chris Conley and Tay Martin. Mr. George Kittle is still your tight end. Fullback Kyle Juszczyk. That man could take a hit as well. Next up is going to be Trent Williams for your left tackle. Left guard, Aaron Banks. Center, Jake Brindle. Right guard, Spencer Burford. And then Colton McKevitz. Getting into your defense, Drake Jackson, Javon Hargrave, Eric Armstead, Nick Bosa, Dre Greenlaw, Fred Warner, Oren Burks, Chavarius Ward, Talanoa Hufanga, Tashawn Gibson Sr., and Dimmador Lenore. If you got kids and you remember the Fairly Odd Parents, who remembers the Dimmadome? That's what that reminded me of, yo. Getting into the special teams, Jake Moody for your punt kicker, Mitch Wisnowski, Ray McLeod for your punt return and kick return, and then Tabor Pepper for your long snapper. All right. Let's get into the schedule. Preseason for these 49ers. 8-13 are going to face the Raiders at 4 p.m. 8-19 is going to be the Broncos. 8-25, it's going to be the Los Angeles Chargers. And then we'll get to preseason. Shout out to Shantae, says that's just a shame to know that San Francisco traded almost every bit of their capital for Trey Lance, and he's showing up third on the depth chart. That's terrible. That is absolutely terrible. Shout out to you, Shantae, for bringing that up. Yo, Shantae knows a bit about football. Look at that. She's bringing in some depth to the conversation. I like it. Shout out to you, Shantae. What up, Happy Face? Let's go, yo. Regular season, let's get into it. Lutza in the house. Shout out to you, Lutza. I see you. All right. Regular season, week 1, Pittsburgh Steelers. Week 2, Rams. Week 3, Giants. Followed up by Cardinals, Cowboys, Browns, Vikings, Bengals. Next is a bye week. Week 10 is going to be against your Jaguars, Tampa Bay Buccaneers, Seahawks, Eagles, Seahawks again, Cardinals, Ravens. It's a Monday night game. Washington Commanders. Even though they're going to change their name again. And then the Los Angeles Rams. So, wow. This is very interesting. This may actually be the easiest 4 games for the 49ers coming out the gate. They got the Steelers, the Rams, the Giants, Cardinals. I'm going to give them all 4 of these. Your real trouble comes up against these Cowboys. We've seen some of the issues that Brock Purdy had last year, and whether or not the Dallas Cowboys can exploit those issues is whether or not they can contain them and potentially win. Now, a lot has to happen on the offensive side because Dak Prescott has a score, and he can't throw picks. And this 49ers defense, they're definitely going to get picks if he makes any kind of mistake or issue. And he's going to get rushed. So, this will be a challenge But I still got to give the edge to the 49ers. I do. I really do. I really do. They just have the all-around team. They got the offense. They got the defense. Right now, I feel like Dallas has the defense, but they have a okay offense. So I got to go 49ers week 5. Week 6, against the Browns. Once again, they have that defense. I don't think Deshaun's going to be able to do much. I'm going to have to go 49ers week 6. Week 7 is going to be Monday Night Football. Prime time. Mr. Brock Purdy has shown us that he can perform under high-pressure situations. This will be a Monday Night Football game, which, I mean, Monday night's just like Thursday night, but Monday night's a little bit more. I think there's a lot more pressure on Monday night. So, Kirk Cousins has been here before. Brock Purdy hasn't. I'm expecting a really good game. Obviously, we'll be streaming this on Monday, October 23rd. It's a 50-50 for me. It is a 50-50 for me. Next up, the Bengals. This is going to be a tough one. This is another tough one. And hear me out. I really don't think I can give a real prediction, just like with the Vikings and with the Bengals, until we get through the first 6 weeks. We have to see how this team plays with Brock Purdy starting off from game 1 and then break it down. Right now, I'm 50-50 on both of those against Minnesota and the Bengals. Next, week 9 is going to be a bye week. Week 10 against the Jaguars. Once again, another strong team offensively. The issue is going to be defense for the Jaguars. Obviously, the pass rush is going to have a little bit of an issue getting to Brock. But yeah, this is going to be another one that's really, really tough to bet on. So another 50-50 for me. Week 11, I'm going to have to go 49ers against Tampa Bay. Week 12, I'm going to have to take the 49ers against the Seahawks. The Eagles, the rematch? I can't wait. Why is this a 4:25 game? This should have been a Thursday night or a Monday night game. What are they doing? Or even a Sunday night game. Why is it on at 4:25? This game was supposed to be at a night on a nighttime. Like, what are they doing? But all right. This rematch is going to be wild. Absolutely wild. I'm going to give the edge to the Eagles. I'm going to give the edge to the Eagles. They'll rematch the Seahawks. I'm going to give the 49ers that one. They'll go against the Cardinals. I'm going to give the 49ers that one. They'll go against the Ravens on Monday, Christmas Day, actually. That's going to be the 8 o'clock game. So Christmas Day, Monday Night Football against the Ravens. Another tough one. 50-50 for me. Obviously, I got them against the Commanders, and then they'll wrap things up with the Rams, in which I'm going to give them that as well. So how many games did Brock play last year? 7? 7 games? Yeah, I think it was 7 games, and he won 6 of them. Hold on. Let's pull it up. So let's see here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So was it 5? Wait, let me why are they showing like all the games? All right, we'll just use this as an example. Oh, here we go. I got it. There we go. So let's see here. He didn't start, obviously, against Carolina. He did come in against KC, but he didn't play that whole game, so we're not going to count that against him. He didn't play against Arizona. He did play against Miami, 1. So that's 1. Played against Tampa Bay, 1. That's 2. Played against the Seahawks, 1. That's 3, 4, 5, 6. So, yeah, he won 6 in a row. And just look at these completion percentages. 67%, 76%, 65%, 68, 62, 75. 2 touchdowns, 2 touchdowns, 3 touchdowns. Not many sacks, right, for someone just coming in. And he had a decent QBR. And then obviously getting to the playoffs, beat the Seahawks, beat those Cowboys, and then lost to the Eagles. So the kid can ball. The kid, you cannot deny this man. And there were so many people who were hating on Jay because I was praising this kid each game, and I said he was going to be great. And that's another reason why I named this stream Greatness. Because without a doubt, Mr. Brock Purdy is going to show up this year. He's going to ball out. And I'm going to say it now. I know I'm going to make some people mad, but I don't care. That's why I got the hoodie on tonight. It's going to be Bills and 49ers in the Super Bowl. I said it. There it is. Shout out to Bills Mafia. Bills and 49ers in the Super Bowl. There you go. Bob says, is he great? I said, he's going to be great. He will be great. They got plenty of tape on him now. Can he prevail? I think so. I definitely think so. Shout out to Mark from Zero to Hero. Oh, yeah, without a doubt. There's a reason why they chose him over Trey Lance. Trey Lance was looking terrible in training camp. He is now third. They put Brock Purdy number 1. So there you go. That says everything that we need to know about these 49ers and what Mr. Brock Purdy is going to bring to the table. Shout out to Super Sam. What's up, man? What's going on with you, bro? Shout out to Mark says, I'm with you. Super Sam, do you remember me? I do not. I remember almost everybody, but you, sir, I do not remember you. My friend. So, if you want to remind me, feel free to. Feel free, my friend. Al says, don't count Purdy out. Trey Lance is afraid on the field. Listen, he doesn't want to get hurt again. I get it. You know, he doesn't want to get hurt again. He's, you know, it's not good what happened to him. I get it. But when it's time to come out there and perform and actually ball out and show people that you're worth the money that was spent on you, you need to get out there and do it. Shout out to the Sex 713. Okay. I can see Bills versus 49ers. Yeah, I mean, listen. As long as Brock stays healthy and he continues balling the way that he has, Christian McCaffrey, Deebo Samuel combination, oh my goodness. Absolutely ridiculous. Let's go. Shout out to my man Jeff King coming through with the $50 super chat.
Good to see you, Jay.
Let's go. Shout out to you, Jeff King. We gotta bring out Mr. Ric Flair for the $50 super chat. Let's go. Coming through with the $50 donation. Let's get it. Turn this volume down. Y'all know we like Rick, but we don't like him too loud. All right, here we go. Ric Flair, where you at? There it is. One more time. Shout out to you, Jeff. Thank you for the $50 donation, my friend. Thank you for the support. So, ladies and gentlemen, we have 2 more days until football. Thursday night, I will be streaming. It's going to be your Jets. No, sorry. Yeah, your Browns and your Jets preseason. Obviously, I don't expect to see all the starters, but we've got football back, and we can get things back the way that we love them to be. Shout out to Happy Face says, facts earn your keep. Listen, you got to do it. You got to do it. You have to earn your keep. All these players, right, getting paid all this money, there's going to be so many discussions in regards to quarterbacks who's getting paid hundreds of millions of dollars. And if they don't perform, looking at you, Daniel Jones, if they don't perform, there's going to be some conversations about these people. All right? Lamar Jackson, if you don't perform, there's going to be conversations. Right? We're going to flame all these quarterbacks who got paid hundreds of millions of dollars if they cannot go out there and ball like they need to. Shout out to my man Ron coming through with the $50 donation. Let's go. Ron coming through with the $50 match. Let's go. Ric Flair, where you at? Shout out to both Jeff King and Ron for each coming through with the $50 donations. I do appreciate both of you guys. Thank you for the support. But back to what I was saying. As far as these quarterbacks getting paid all this money, at the end of the day, you have to go out there. You have to perform. You need to show not only your team, but the fans. These are the guys that pay the expensive prices for the tickets. These are the fans that pay the prices for the season tickets, that buy your gear, they buy the memorabilia. Okay? So go out there, ball out, and show these people why they should invest in you. Because that's what we want to see. That's what we need to see, and that's what we're entertained by. Shout out to Shadow says, did I miss the Texans breakdown? No big deal, not enough. Yeah, it's I think it's probably 30 minutes ago. You could just scroll back and you'll catch the Texans and the Titans. They're all back there. I did it in one stream tonight. Mark says Brock has to prove it to get paid next year. Yeah, I mean that's a big thing, right? So your quarterback who can be great, right? We know he can do on the field. So now if he wants to get paid, he's got to go out there and ball out. So you're going to see this man have the dog in him. You're going to see him show out. We're going to see some great plays. I don't expect him to go out like Trey Lance did, even with an injury, because he had one. But now he's starting. So there you go. Duke says early MVP prediction, Jay. You mean for the season or Super Bowl? Or both? Because you should already know I'm going with that man on the Madden cover. Shout out to Madden 24, yo. Shante said 100% Daniel Jones got way too much money. In my opinion, Lamar Jackson will perform. Promise. Yeah, shout out to you, Shante. I agree. Daniel Jones got way too much money. He was not worth 100 and what was it, 63 million or something like that. So you took all that money, you gave it to Daniel Jones, and you left Saquon Barkley hanging. He gets 11 million for 1 year. Not even 11, 10.1. I would have been mad too. But guess what? He still needed a check, so he took that 10.1. You know how that go. You know exactly how that go. But hopefully those Giants will ball out, and Saquon and all those other running backs who are actually worth it can prove their worth and make a deal that can help them secure the bag for the next how many ever years they can. So, Happy Face says NFL football is easily my favorite sport of all time. Wish it were like longer season, but it's a bittersweet truth. Don't know what you got till it's gone. Yeah, at the end of the day, if football was longer, there'd obviously be a lot more injuries, concussions and all that kind of stuff. So I think the length of time is good. It's just the problem with, I think, that specifically. Because, I think if we had a longer preseason, that might make more sense. But the actual, regular season, that's where, them boys are playing hard from week one. It's not like basketball where there's 82 games and nobody really cares about basketball until, May. Football, you care from week one. If your team wins or loses, it matters week 1. Everything's on the line. That's just how it is. Week 1 determines a lot. People don't realize that. They think, oh, it's just week 1. No, week 1 determines how your team is basically going to do pretty much for the rest of the season to a certain degree. So, yeah, I definitely think it would be cool if they did a longer preseason, but regular season, it'd be kind of crazy if they extended that. So, shout out to Tactical says that's playing in an NFL game is like being in 17 car wrecks. Yeah. Could you imagine if you had to play from September to, let's say, I won't say like June. I'll just say like May. You've been getting beat up from September to May? Yo, that'd be absolutely ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Bob says, is Zeke working for Salvation Army? I just seen something about Zeke. He was yeah, I guess the Patriots were looking into him. So I feel like Belichick has to do something wild, and a Zeke pickup would be wild. But I still feel like they need wide receivers over there, so they missed out on DeAndre Hopkins. Shadow Stories. Without loyalty, who was the best receiver in the NFL? Oof. I gotta go Jefferson. To me, at least. Yeah, I gotta go Jefferson. Sirius says we don't want Zeke either. I don't think nobody wants Zeke. You know why nobody really wants Zeke? Because the arrogancy and just him not performing after he got the bag, right? They fought for all this money, him and Dak, okay? And then what did they do? Nothing. And that's the problem. That's why I really feel like the issue with the running backs right now is because of Zeke. It's because Zeke was the start of it. If you remember, they fought for all that money. Jerry Jones paid Zeke all that money, and then he went and bombed. That's why the running backs are having the issues that they're having right now. He is ground zero, and I'm willing to die on that hill. Shout out to Sirius. He doesn't produce. Exactly. Shout out to Jeff says they don't figure that out. We will see the running back interest in kids go to the wayside. Jim Brown turning in his grave. Shout out to you, Jeff. Yeah, man. As far as I've seen so many posts on Twitter, I've seen so many videos and everything as far as running backs going back and forth as far as how the position is so undervalued now. So if I'm in college, right? Don't put me at running back. Put me at wide receiver. Put me at tight end. I'm not running the ball. Forget that. Especially if I'm D1 and I'm nice. Nah, switch me right now from running back and I'll go be a wide receiver. I'll make that happen. Because right now they see what's going on. And if the money's not there, you're going to lose the interest in that position. Shout out to you, Jeff. Serious Biz says Jerry's to blame. He's like, he paid him all the money, so it's his fault. Start at the root, Jay. Start at the root. Steady decline. But listen, I feel like Belichick's at that point where he feels like he has to make a decision. Dalvin Cook is another one that could potentially go to the Patriots, and then Miami Dolphins was looking at him as well. So who knows? Duke says their careers don't last as long playing running back. Yeah, I mean, running backs now have a shelf life of 4 years. On average, 4 to 5 years. At the max. It's rare that you get a Derrick Henry. It's rare that you see anybody make it past 5 years. So there you go. They need to make the rookie contract length less for running backs. I agree with that. I could definitely agree with that. They peak, then get replaced by a younger stud running back. Yeah, that's how it goes. You know, so hey, let's pay star running backs, you know, up to $50 million, right, at the most, and that's if they're absolutely amazing. And then obviously, once they're gone, you just franchise tag that rookie at a cheaper price. That's how it goes. It sucks. That's the reality of it. So, man, I miss Walter. Shout out to Walter Payton, yo. The NFL needs the real karma back. Kamara back. Yeah. Shout out to Kamara. He just got through that. I think it was some kind of he pleaded like guilty or whatever, or no contest, and that just got done. So he's focused on football now. So we'll see what happens. So, but there it is, ladies and gentlemen. Your boy Jay put in a full hour tonight. We knocked out the Titans. We knocked out the Texans, the Vikings, and the 49ers. And we are prepared for the preseason. I did 32 teams in 33 days. I tried to do it in 31, but it was 33. All right, get over it. We did it, though. We did 32 teams in 33 days. And we are now prepared for preseason. And I'm excited to share this with you guys as we get back to football. So, yeah. Shout out to all you guys. Shout out to the listeners, the watchers. Shout out to the Wrench Gang, the family. Thank you for the super chats. Thank you for the donations, each and every one of you. I appreciate all of you guys, and I'll be looking forward to seeing you on Thursday night. Have a good night, everybody. Peace out.